The Disrupt Education vlog can be found on YouTube. To hear it in podcast form, search Disrupt Education on any of the following podcast platforms: Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Castbox, Overcast, Radio Public, Pocket Cast, Spotify, or Stitcher. All right, welcome to this episode of Disrupt Education. We are on a chat with Matt Starcher. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing excellent. How are you?
Awesome. Where are you at right now, man?
I'm in Colorado. I came here because I wanted to attend Colorado State University, and it really wasn't my thing, and yeah.
Nice. So you graduated when? What year was it? I'm getting old, man.
High school, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, 2014.
Oh man, that was 4 years ago. Look out. When you went off to college, tell us a little bit about like that path, like from high school, and then going into college.
I did high school, and I took a year off, and I basically moved to California. I took a year off, and I attended a community college out there, and at first I thought I wanted to be a teacher. Actually, because of you, to be honest.
Ah, thanks.
Yeah, you were an awesome teacher, and you were, like, inspiring me. I was like, I want to be a teacher. And then I talked to some teachers, and I was like, never mind. So, basically, I studied history there for 2 years, and then I came out to Colorado State as a transfer, and it's just not my thing. I mean, some people can do it, but I don't. It's not my thing, you know.
When did you find out like it wasn't your thing? Was there something in like a class? Was it just like a whole bunch of things going on? How did you know?
Well, community college in California was working out, but then when I transferred, it was like I really don't like this. You know, I don't know how should I explain it. It was really hard, and it was all theoretical. And I was thinking, like, I may or may not get a job after school despite everything I learned. And I was like, well, I may as well get to the trades because everything you learn, you use on the job. And you get a job before you graduate, usually, if you don't, like, mess up big time. But,
right.
It's also pretty lucrative over time.
What made you choose the trade that you're going into? You're looking at HVAC, right?
HVAC, aka air conditioning and heating. And my neighbor actually let me tour the site of where they were doing doing HVAC, you know, hooking up all the air conditioning and heating and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And he I've been talking to him for a while, and it seems interesting. I'm not sure if I'll like it 100% yet, to be honest with you, but just the fact that you start at $18 an hour at $37,000 a year, I thought that was lucrative. And then experience, you make about $67,000, which is maybe 5 years down the road. So I mean, it's a relatively lucrative career for 2 years of schooling.
It is a community college kind of run. Is it like is there like a certificate that comes along with it? How does that look?
Yeah, you get a certificate before you get your associates, and then you get your associates, and there's an internship the last semester, and that's how you get your job.
Okay, nice. How would you take a look at high school, and is there a way that high school or systemic education before you get to that level help you understand that maybe this isn't for me even before you walk into the doors of Colorado State or anywhere else?
When I was in high school, to be honest with you, I absolutely hated it. Mm-hmm. So I knew school wasn't my thing, but my family was pushing me really hard to go to school, to go to college. And so that's mainly what made me go into it. And then it took me a while I'm 22 now, and I just realized I wanted to do a trade. So, mm-hmm. But if I could change anything about high school, I think they should do more talking about, hey, you don't have to go to traditional school like a Colorado State or a university. You can get into trades. I mean, I don't know what else there is, but there's so many different options other than just traditional schooling. And I think the prices these days compared to what the prices they were for traditional schooling is ridiculous. I mean, it's inflated by like, I don't know how much, but I remember back in the day you could basically get by regular school off minimum wage, but now that's impossible.
If you could go back and talk to maybe 16, 17-year-old Matt, what would you say to him?
You should have just taken more diverse classes, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
In high school. I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't change anything because ultimately it's a trip. Life's a journey, right?
Right.
So you kind of have to figure out over time, and even if you go to regular school and you figure out it's not your thing, then you learn something.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes you actually have to learn the hard way. I always learn the hard way, so.
But you do learn, though, right?
Exactly, I do learn. So I finally figured out that some sort of trade is going to be good for me, and I went with HVAC. So it was kind of a shot in the dark, to be honest with you, but I think it'll work out.
Is there any kind of advice right now that you would give a high schooler that might not be getting high school, like it's not their thing? I see a lot of students like you actually that they like the electives or the different courses, and they just get bored with the cores, the math, the science, the English. What kind of advice would you give them, man? What would you tell somebody in that situation?
I would just say take as diverse of a elective choice as possible and explore everything. Don't leave any stone unturned, because you could find out, oh, art's my thing, or you could find out, oh, accounting's my thing and I want to get into finance, but that'd be traditional schooling. Or you could just say, hey, I don't like any of this stuff, and maybe a trade would be better. I mean, if you like to use your hands and you always are fixing up your bike or taking stuff apart and putting it back together, then it's like maybe a trade would be better. I feel like some people just get stressed into going into college because their family pushes them into it, but all I can say is basically don't listen to your family all the time, because they're not always right. They may have good advice, but you gotta listen to your heart and do what you want to do.
Oh, man. Words of wisdom right there, man. I really appreciate it, Matt. Thanks for coming out and doing this. I wish I could be out there in Colorado with you. But
Me too.
we'll watch you and hope we'll see the newest HVAC guy out there in Colorado, man. Hey, man, I appreciate it. We'll see you guys next time on Disrupt Education.